Einfach Brazilians Diogo PDC. Die Aufgabe wird nicht leicht sein für Diogo PDC, denn sein Gegner steht 110 Plätze weiter vorne in der Weltrangliste. Der World Masters Champion von 2004. Zweimal stand er im BDO WM-Finale und ihr kennt ihn alle. Den King, Mervyn King!
Well, an enthusiastic entrance from the king there, Merv, on stage. A man who has made a final of the German Darts Championship before, but it was prior to it becoming one of these Euro Tour events. Ever so slightly different back in the day. He was beaten by Phil Taylor back in 2009, 10 years ago. But Mervyn made the final of the German Darts Championship as it was then. Very different now, of course. And what's been a lively Friday night session, particularly with another victory for a host nation qualifier, Stefan Siepmann making it through to join Kevin Knopf in the second round of this weekend's tournament. We shall see if it remains lively for the rest of the night, because you got big names like former world champion Steve Beaton, Gabriel Clemens, the German giant. He'll get a lot of support. Mike Holtz, another German, against the UK Open champion Nathan Aspinall. But Merv, former world master, takes on Diogo PDC, the best from Brazil, Diogo. Generally he wants a video that spells his name out that you can have it on the walk-on so everybody joins in, just in case people can't put two and two together and spell out his name to Disco instead.
Game on.
But Diogo is not to be underestimated. He has had it a little bit tough this year, because with a change to the qualifying rules, it means he's got to go all around Europe to these tournaments to play in the qualifier for non-tour card holders from outside the UK.
60.
And that means it's going to be quite expensive for him unless he starts qualifying for a lot of them. Paul Nicholson, it's not done him any favours, but he's turning up to them. He's giving it a go. Credit to him.
Yeah, absolutely right. And sometimes to enhance your reputation, you've got to travel around and beat a few people up on the dartboard. That's what a lot of people have done. Merv has done that earlier in his career. I do understand what he's doing with the walk, and I like it. I think it's a nice hook. And I got the Diogo thing. I was singing along.
Well, he was talking earlier on, Diogo, about potentially doing a sort of village people thing and trying to spell out his name, but I think he's got problems with the G. That's the main one.
That sounds like a rap song.
Well, Diogo PDC, problems with the G. No problem with that.
Oh, before we go any further, don't take that German championship away from us, because I made the semis and Phil Taylor beat me in the semi-finals. Before beating Mervyn King in the final. That was a great event.
Yeah, 2007, 8 and 9 they held those ones. Taylor won 2, made the final of the other, lost 2.
Stompy.
Coach Stompy.
Yeah, we were talking about that this morning, and that arena is only 20 minutes from here.
Oh, which arena was that?
The Jerry Webber Centre in Halle. And there's a bit of a hook there because we're in Halle 39, so there you go.
Now Merv hits back with a 180 of his own to leave himself on a very makeable checkout. Diogo, this is a massive one. It's just a hold throw as well. Too much.
his action has changed a little bit in the last 12 months. He's a little bit more deliberate now. That action of Merv has never changed. Probably never will. Double 16. Perfectly done. I wonder how many times he's done that in his career.
Oh. Tens of thousands.
I would imagine so. It's nice to see Merv in a new top. He hasn't changed them a lot over the years. I remember it had those naughty, silky looking things earlier in his career. But that was after the leather waistcoat back in the mid-90s, which is an iconic moment for all darts fans. But now he's gone for an understated black polo shirt with his signature on the back. I like it.
Yeah, it's quite minimalist, but I like it.
It's the exact antithesis of the Stefan Zietman shirt, which was
busy, very busy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Looked like something made by, remember Jason Marriott, Super Mario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, say no more.
Yeah.
That shirt looked like it belonged on a Friday night floor.
Well, nothing compares to the abomination that Corey Cadby wore in the World Series a couple of years back.
Oh, that was diabolical.
Oh my word. That's genuinely anxiety-inducing.
Good segue, isn't it? Because we have the King on stage right now, and
the original King, the only King, that is King Cadby. This is the King. I mean, it's not hard to tell them apart, is it? I'm not really sure why anybody's getting bent out of shape about one being called King Cadby and one being called the King. But, you know.
Well, it's just another topic to talk about on social media, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, Diogo, for me, he's got a drop for his stage persona. Drop the Portela and a la football, just be
one name.
Diogo.
One name, yeah. Yeah, I do like that.
99.
Let's face it, there's only one Diogo.
There is only one Diogo. He'll be representing Brazil at the World Cup. I think they've just had their qualifier as well for his teammate.
Yeah, I didn't see who qualified through that. We'll check that for you. But they will be well supported in Hamburg in the first week in June. Fabulous tournament, and I am very, very keen to find out who is going to partner Michael van Gerwen, because currently in the rankings it is Jermaine Motamina. Stay tuned, because we'll see if we can get any of the inside scoop on that. So 141 each. Diogo looking for a 60 here to leave a double.
64.
He's going to have to settle for leaving 76.
The 141 won't go, so he will get a go at that 76. Just to clarify, it'll be Arthur Valle representing Brazil alongside Diogo, denying an all Portela affair. Tops then.
Very, very good indeed. That was straight and aggressive. So, which Portela did he beat?
Zé Mario Portela, which is that his brother or his dad?
Well, either way, that's got to be heartbreaking for Diogo.
I think it's his brother. It's his brother.
You can imagine the team talk, can't you? You better play well, because you knocked out some of my family.
Well, we saw Diogo, of course, at the World Championship. And look, the thing that you have to say, yes, Diogo it's gone against him, the changes in the qualifying criteria for these tournaments. So he has to travel around and there's expense involved in that. But at the same time, he does benefit in he's in the World Cup, so that's a guarantee, you know, big stage exposure on the TV, chance of winning some good prize money. He is a guy who is very well placed to get to the World Championship as the top player from South America. The World Championship is broadcast on every single continent on the planet now, and they are, you know, they've expanded the field to make it a genuine World Championship. And we've seen the strides made in Germany and in Asia. Long while we've had strong Australasian contenders. It's just about trying to improve the standard everywhere and make it a genuine, and get threats for the title all over the place.
Yeah, I think South America is very much an emerging market. I think it's probably going to take a good 5 years to see some strength and depth.
Yeah.
But they need something to shoot for, and Brazil have that with the World Cup playoffs.
Exactly. You've got to, whenever you're trying to grow the game, you'll see two different ways of doing it. The top-down approach, where you offer a carrot to the very elite, and the bottom-up, where you're putting in a structure for, beginners and youths to play. Now, we have seen the World Series be the top-down thing, so you give the best players an opportunity to play against the best and give them a carrot. But then you also have to have that stuff at the bottom end to help players who are starting out. You see in the tours set up in Asia, there's more of that bottom-up process, while still having those big incentives for the very top players. It's Diogo. The incentive here is to go 2-1 up. Single 20 leaves tops.
Very good indeed. He knew what he had to do there, and that was to make some room for a shot. And double top has been very good to him in this game so far. And I just get the feeling, Dan, that Merv is playing into Diogo's hands here, but he's not playing that 100 average type game that we usually get from Merv. There's Boris Koltsov, who had a phenomenal performance earlier on today. He's got every reason to feel very happy, as you can see, celebrating by supporting Diogo. But Merv is regressing towards the genuine standard of Diogo for me, and allowing him into the game. There's Kim Viljanen, good friends with Boris. He didn't have as good an afternoon, unfortunately.
No, he was seen off by Ron the Bomb Muhlenkamp. I mean, we talk about this being, the aim is to make this a truly global game. In the players' room 10 minutes ago, you had the Finn Kim Viljanen sat next to the Russian Boris Koltsov and the Latvian Madas Razmat, all sat there having a chat, and obviously a couple of them out here supporting the Brazilian #1 Diogo Portela.
I love that.
Yeah.
The United Nations of darts.
Well, that's kind of the plan, isn't it? And it is early stages. They are further along in their development in some countries than in others.
Well, I forgot to wish everybody a happy Brexit Day.
Wow.
We don't talk about Brexit at the darts, we talk about darts. So if you tuned in to talk about Brexit, you tuned into the wrong place. So welcome to the darts, everybody. Let's carry on.
Well said. Diogo leaves the ball for a 12 darter and a massive check out, and that is a long way off. May well come back though.
Game for him, but the amount has gone towards that 100 mark and still been beaten, and he's walked away thinking, oh, have I lost that? Well, that's the Pro Tour, I'm afraid, Diogo.
Yeah, when he made his debut at Ali Pali, he took on Peter Wright, didn't he? And played a really good game. I have to say, he caused more problems for Peter Wright than I'd anticipated. And ultimately, Peter still got the job done, but it wasn't easy for Snakebite.
No, it wasn't an easy couple of weeks for Snakebite after he had gallstones. Then he was put up against Diogo, who gave him a real test, and then he got thumped by Jamie Lewis.
Well, Jamie Lewis was playing, he genuinely was playing the darts of his life, and that was probably the game of his life. That's as well as I've seen Jamie Lewis play on a TV stage, and there are a few performances that have been worthy.
140.
It's a nice action Diogo has. There is a slight elbow dip there, but I think it's a measured one.
Oh, Merv, watch the back.
I think he was looking at the referee there to see if there was any sort of infringement. Well, if there was, it would have been called by George, because there's nobody more experienced than George Noble. Interesting switch. Treble 16 now. Still a very good visit, and putting pressure on King.
Yeah, just wanted to use the bullseye at some point in that visit to make sure he leaves himself a handy check out. Hitting the actual bull rather than 25 means he should get 2 darts at double.
Well, he's won 2 legs so far, both of them were on tops, so surely he's going to hit this. Yeah, straight down that barrel. That's where he's looking. He's gone to the left to try and use it.
16. Mervyn, you require 92.
Well, this is chicken feed compared to a 156.
Not the dart he was after. He could stay on the 13th segment. And he does, because it leaves tops. Oh, he's reaching, wasn't it?
That was a Mike Gregory follow through, that one.
One of those ones where halfway down the hockey you just shout, get up! Again, the marker looks all right. And this time, Diogo manages to go into the double top bed, and it is 3-2.
So you wouldn't want to be that left-hander, is. He's just giving it a real right hook.
89.
I think there's a bit of aggression in the game of Diogo Portela.
I don't often see him like this.
No.
At all.
This means a lot to him. I remember when he made his first appearance on the European Tour, his dad flew over from Brazil and surprised him at the airport with a fabulous piece of footage that somebody took on their smart device and posted it on social media. It was just a great moment. One thing Diogo's done over the last couple of years is he's made a lot of friends. Wherever he goes, he's never on his own. He's not been alienated because of the fact he's the only player from South America that hangs around the Challenge Tour and the qualifiers and the Pro Tour. He's made a lot of buddies. Hangs around with, like I said, Dimitri van den Berg, Jermaine Watamina, those kinds of lads. He gets on very well with Glenn Durrant. They've formed quite a good friendship over the last couple of months. I know that Diogo was very much integral in relaxing Glenn Durrant during Q School, making sure that he wasn't too full of pressure.
Well, I mean, he's quite an experienced Q School campaigner, Diogo Portela. He knows what it's like to be involved in the hunt for a tour card and narrowly miss out because he keeps on doing it. Merv looks at double 10. And he keeps on levelling this game. It's 3 apiece in this one. It was actually this tournament where Diogo made his debut on the European Tour a couple of years back, the German Darts Championship, and became the first Brazilian to play the Euro Tour and the first Brazilian to win on the Euro Tour because he beat Martin Schindler. You played in it?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where it was because they've changed where the practice room is in this building. It used to be upstairs, now they put it back downstairs, and I think that's what got me confused.
Do you remember who you beat that weekend?
Ryan Searle?
Yes. And then?
60.
And then?
Oh, was that Benito?
No. It was the Spanish #1, Cristo Reyes.
Oh.
96.
That's all right, I got him back for that.
Yeah, Kim Heidrechts did for Diogo that weekend. Here we go. Another treble gets into a checkout, but Merv is not going to leave a checkout from 3-4-5. It's one of those
99.
warning numbers. You don't want to be leaving even early on in a leg.
Yeah, very odd that you would find someone like Van Gerwen on 3-4-5, because he knows that you can't get to a finish from there. He's looking at 3-4-1, 3-4-4, 3-4-7. Well, most of the time he's on 3-2-1 or 3-24.
Yeah. But that's it. It's, you know, Van Gerwen is always thinking, I'm 6 perfect darts away from winning this leg, or I should be 6 perfect darts away from winning this leg.
He can construct a leg from, if he has a bad first visit, let's say he's on 4-4-3, scored 58, he'll know where to go to set up a potential 12 darter from there.
And look, all players should know that, but knowing it and actually putting it into practice are 2 different things when you're in the heat of battle, aren't they?
Correct. Now, 6 darts from 149 for Diogo is a great position. Now, 19s or 15s?
99.
That's all right. That gives him choices when he comes back.
Pressure.
137.
So 18s or 10s or maybe even 14s or who knows?
Well, he's won 3 legs on tops.
It should be 10s.
Should be 10s. Yep, it is going to be 10s. No, it's not. He's going to change. Go 16.
Awkward.
18. Mervyn, you require 70.
Should have left top, shouldn't he?
Yes.
Oh dear. Rescued? No.
61.
That came out late as well. Did you see that follow through?
32.
Well, thing is, if you're hitting a certain double to win legs and under pressure, why would you not leave it?
If it ain't broke, Diogo. That's double 12 he's left, I assume.
It is.
There it is.
8.
Well, I think the problem stems from when he had 50. He should have gone for a 10 in tops. Now, Merv needs double 4 for an unlikely break of throw, and he's got it. Now, that's a very good shot from Merv to convert, but you can see from his face, it's not about brilliance, that one. It was because he was handed an opportunity. And the demeanour and the aura around Diogo is completely different now to what it was 2 legs ago.
59.
He's got to somehow pick himself up, stop getting focused and aggressive.
Well, when he was broken in the opening leg, he broke straight back, Diogo Portela. If he doesn't break straight back here, he's in a spot of bother.
I remember playing in an exhibition at a bar in London on South Bank, and I was there with Simon Whitlock. We were doing an Ashes type thing.
Oh yeah.
And one of the guys that turned up that night was Diogo Portela before he tried his hand at Q School.
60.
And he was pitted against Simon Whitlock that night and proceeded to absolutely batter him.
Did that completely bamboozle the Wizard? Because I know that, you know, when you play exhibitions and people get up, there are some decent players out there, but it's not often that you'll see a guy from Brazil get out the crowd and actually throw really good darts.
I think he was a little bit miffed at the fact that he was probably given the hardest player to play. But then again, Simon Whitlock was the best player in the room. But
43.
that was just more proof, and you know, we got it from the game show that he was on. He could obviously throw a dart, but since then he's worked really, really hard on his game. And I think at the minute he's just putting a little bit too much pressure on himself. He's just got to be a bit more free-flowing. And he's essentially got to play this game like he does FIFA on the Xbox or the PlayStation or any other console. Because last week when he was playing that, he was unbeatable, and he was doing it with flair.
100.
Well, he's getting himself a chance here at the 164, and he's already had a go at the bullseye for this. He may well get 6 darts at it, and he's going to need a second visit.
That's okay. Didn't really make a mistake there. He has given himself a great opportunity, and now he will get that opportunity.
73.
Just a bit messy and scruffy, and Mervyn is not himself tonight. Oh, hang on. Mervyn nearly did this route, but this will be the bullseye.
45.
Great effort, but he shouldn't really have been in that 4. And now, how big was that treble 19? That last dart he threw, because he's going to get 1 dart at double 16. This is crucial. And that's typical Mervyn King, breaking the heart of Diogo. That treble 19 in that previous visit turned out to be the biggest dart of that leg.
Well, Mervyn King, as one of the best double 16 hitters on this planet, it is a phenomenal tool upon which you can rely, even when the rest of your game is not going particularly well. The finishing has been great for Mervyn King, to be fair. He's 5 out of 8 on the doubles. It's the scoring that he has been, well, by his own incredibly high standards, pretty woeful, to be honest. That's why he's averaging 85. Well, he's up to 86 with that ton 40, but the first 9 average of 87. I mean, this is not Mervyn King, former World Master, former Euro Tour winner, multiple PDC ranked event winner.
No, it's not. And there have been spells this season where he's played some ordinary stuff, but he has played some good stuff as well. And that was very evident in qualifying, because he took out Eddie Dudson with an 81 average, but in the next game he lifted his average by 15. And I think that's just pure experience, being able to do that. And that's what Diogo is gaining with every game, whether it's a win or a loss.
Well, Diogo is going to have to win 3 legs on the spin.
84.
The plus points for Diogo are that Mervyn King is there for the taking at the minute. Unless Mervyn can raise his game, he is in danger of losing 3 legs on the spin. But Diogo has got to find another gear. There are too many loose darts. It's the odd one here and there, and it's costing him.
It is indeed. He didn't want to be sitting on 97. That 5 could cost him. Oh, Merv thinking 140, only gets 83. And he's not the right side of 130. So, 78. Great dart. Double 12.
73.
Bit high. If he was going to miss, if he was going to miss, better be higher than low, I think.
Oh my, this could end it. This could end it. Where's he go? Well, you can understand it, because he would have left that double 16, but it was an inviting lie in the treble 20.
He almost flicked that first flight, went into the 60. Double 6. Sink or swim. Swim. Still kicking. And now it's 1 break and 1 hold for Diogo. He's got to focus on the now. And Mervyn looks perplexed about something. Yeah, Merv's never been one for the Larry shirt, that's for sure, but I actually I dig the Brazilian shirt. I think it's got enough detail, it's subtle, and I like it.
It's got an identity, hasn't it? You know what it is. Managed to get the old Pele 10 on the back with the I and the O of Diogo. It's good.
Very clever. There's a bit of Christ the Redeemer in there as well.
Yeah. You know he's Brazilian straight away.
I think he's got to get a bit of a Socrates moustache going.
Oh, now that would be good.
That would be awesome.
I don't know. I do like the walk-off, but at the same time, the old samba dancing.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a good little thing to have for him.
I agree.
But hey, look, doesn't matter how he walks on, it's what he does when he's up here. And there've been some good things from Diogo, but there haven't been enough, because Merv is. This is a below average Mervyn display, and at the minute it's still enough, because he's going to get at least 6 darts from here, and probably more if he needs them.
If Mervyn does get over the line in the next 6 darts and has an interview with Elmore, I'll be very interested to hear what he says. But that setup play was like a 9-iron from 130 yards to a couple of feet. That was brilliant.
Yeah, he has been out here all week, Mervyn, in Germany. Not sure how he's been spending his time. But whatever he's been doing, it's been enough. That is just enough to beat Diogo. Disappointment for the Brazilian #1. It is the man from Norfolk who books his place in the 2nd round. He's going to have to be better than that when he goes up against the number 12 seed Dave Chisnall, one of the 4 men in world darts right now. But we know that the king has got more in the tank. It could turn out to be a cracker. That means that we are halfway through the evening session. Mervyn King, Stefan Siepman, Keegan Brown and Jamie Hughes, all winners so far tonight. Coming up next, it's Mike Langendorf and the Dutch robot, Mario Robert.
Perfect, congratulations. Double makes the money. You were much better on the doubles compared to Diogo.
Wasn't a great game, was it? I mean, neither did. How do you spell it? Diogo? Diogo? I don't know. Neither Diogo or I played very well tonight, so I'm fortunate to get away with it. So there you go. But hopefully we're going to play better tomorrow.
Dave Chisnell is waiting.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if I play like that, I'm going to get done 6-0. So I need to up the scoring, up the finishing, and who knows? Yeah.
You're doing this for so many years now. Is there a point where you have problems with motivation, to get motivated playing darts, playing tournaments, traveling so much?
Are you saying I'm old?
No.
To be fair, it's not that. It's getting focused. Yes, I've been doing this a long while, but if I can get focused properly in what I'm doing, then it's not a problem. If I don't, this is what happens. No.
See you tomorrow, Merv. Thank you very much. Mervyn King. Er freut sich auf morgen, er freut sich auf die Partie gegen Dave Chisnell und sagt, wenn ich den Fokus